The old man will. The old man will. The old man will. The old man builds. The old man builds is broken in the head. People not seeing reality has put them in the red. Where conscious and spirituality restricted from the norm and replaced with the ignorance of basic magnetic form. The geometry of God keeps running through his head. That's what makes old man builds broken in the head. The old man builds. The old man builds. Spheres of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to instead. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Nathan, otherwise known as Old Man Builds. Guys, what's going on today? Man, dude, that coil is awesome, isn't it? Yeah. Right on, brothers. Yeah, let me know when you get your printer, man. You get it set up. I'll make sure that STL gets you, Darren, so we can keep that system up and running for you. Let's see. What's going on, Ricky? Dennis? Omega, man. Dude, we got some cool stuff, man. You guys probably seen the short already. My coil, a little Utron shaped coil, turned out really awesome. Looks really cool. It shoots the plasma out of both ends, man. That was DC that we were running, and it shot plasma out of both ends. It's available to go AC. I would like the primary to be better on it first. I have to write some STL files to put in a better winding. Just, you know what I mean? Like a structure that goes up with the winding in it so it's more accurate to it. And then, what's up, Merkaba? Long time, man. Guy's got a cool machine, man. Merkaba's awesome. Anyway, I got to build the center part and I got to build the wrapping to be just a little better. And I think I could do that, man. I like the wire that I used. I used 14 gauge solid copper wire with the shielding around it. That seemed to work perfect for this. When I did the test earlier, it was a little off on both sides, so it wasn't 100% correct. So I can get more power out of it. The cap bank worked perfect to put this thing in resonance. It went to the ZVS, man, turned on right away. Right away. No problem whatsoever. There's no breakout inside the coil, so the winding was good. Yeah. And we got plasma at both ends. It's ready to go to AC, man. As soon as I can fix that STL part, we can go into AC. Also, because it has two ends that are threaded, now we could take some plastic bolts and put them in there. We could just take the ends right there that are on the outside because I used an insert. We could just connect something to them, man, shoot out the plasma the other way, but we could put this thing in a rotisserie and then hit it at 360 degrees, man. Just turn on the motor. As long as we use the plastic bolts going to it, we should be good. And we should be able to get a rotation on this thing and see what it does in rotation too. So it's a high voltage electric source. So putting in rotation, we should be able to build a magnetic field out of it past the one that's going in. That's what I want to see. It's kind of what I'm most excited about. But it does shoot plasma out of both ends, man, perfectly like we saw. Yeah. What's going on, Elijah? Let's see. We either see the side, same source of the wire, length pulse at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, spin it. So, William, I do have it on my list to pick up tomorrow to put a magnet near it. I have a feeling it's not going to do much, but I'll give it a shot only because the number one coil is a magnetic field pulsing, and it may interrupt that. But I will do the test you asked for, though. I'll put a magnet around, but I think spinning it is really what you were looking for. Kind of like a spinning an electric. See if it pulls a magnetic field out of it. I don't know how fast it'll have to go to do that, though. So, Well, I'll set it up to go horizontal. And then if we see some promise in it, I'll take the time to make it vertical. Only because I want to see some kind of thing out of it, because it's going to take a long time to rework something to put together to put it in. Yeah, well, think about it like this. Spinning it was basically the same way I wind Tesla coils. I got a Tesla coil winder, and they work on little couplings, and the coupling goes to, could go to the plastic, and then it just got to go to the insert and be threaded in there. This should work fine. We can run an all thread through there. I can just get a plastic metric all thread and run it through there. And it should work just fine. Yeah, just lock it in with some pins. And since I built the STL with some pins in it, maybe it'll work. Maybe I can just put some pins in the actual plastic. But I think that's worthwhile to do. Yeah, it's just a bit harder, man. Yeah, just a bit harder. If I had some bigger 3D printers, maybe not, and a lot more time. Only because of the size and everything, it's going to have to change quite a bit, because it's the primary itself is not coupled to the secondary at all. As a matter of fact, it'll rotate as the primary is just sitting there. The secondary is going to rotate inside of it. So yeah, be a bit different. But then I mean, if I get it this way, I can just change the S to build another one to go this way on a vertical thing, or just take a piece of wood, and it should work out. I just want it to be open on both sides, though. It's the only thing. Can you use a Helmholtz coil as a primary? Well, primaries are generally in these Tesla coils, man. They're just a couple windings of wire. So I'm sure you could use something, but you'd be better off with the wire, because you're going to confuse the how it works. There's a problem. It might still turn on, but it may confuse it. Coil idea where you combine the capacitors in the primary, basically parallel state capacitors wrapped around the coil. Position, the path, discharge is correct. Well, maybe. It's interesting. Capacitors to the primary. So you basically build the OTCX1 in the center. You get capacitors going straight to the coil. That could be possible if we build a split coil next time. Let's see. Yeah. You'd use coax cables on the primary? Maybe. I've never done anything like that, guys. I've always looked at it crossing the field, so I never tried it, but I'm sure it'd work. Put them in series. Anybody who has silver wire, man, is lucky. I would love to have silver wire. Trust me. Yeah, the same magnet in the center. You do realize that this thing is epoxied together. It's literally built as one coil glued together, and then epoxy on the outside. You'll never get to the inside of this thing. Let's see, something like transmission line, capacitor and extra red T laser make a ionized path for ultraviolet light. Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Well, if we build two individual sides, then absolutely it's possible. You can put anything you want in there. I mean, I agree with that. Just this one's already stuck together. Let's see. What happened to the center, primary, and outside? What would that do? Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing when you're spinning it, because it's bipolar. The primary is going to be decoupled all the way from the coil. Doesn't have to be any part of the coil. It just has to go around it. That's it. So Bipolars are great in that way that you can spin anything you want in the center of them. Yeah, do that. Oh, I know. Sean has copper, and he has a copper coil, and it's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, it doesn't connect to the primary at all. Phase conjugate waves, got it. To the secondary. Quadrupole Helmholtz. I'll have to look at that. Oh, I take these off, man. I'll have to do that to the end of the show. Oh, man. Yeah. So, let's see. This thing only sits, by the way, about a half inch, maybe a quarter inch to a half inch off of the secondary. It's going to get a good number. This thing should shoot maybe 10 inches out of both sides if I'm lucky. And what I'm hoping is it doesn't arc inside first because it's not a great distance apart. You know what I mean? On the inside, that's what I worry about. Having to move the primary, well, yeah, I guess. Then I actually have to put my thing to check to see if it's north or south on either end. And there should be a north and south on this being bipolar. Changing the primary, if it's this way or that way, that's another test to do to see if it changes the poles on it as you do it, which it should. Kind of interesting. A lot of tests you can do with the same thing as a bipolar testicle. It's just wound a little different with a different geometry on it. But it may change as you go down because of the geometry. Use a spark gap to light a bulb. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, this thing's really awesome, man. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the thing for it just so everybody can see it in case you didn't. I have my Utron Tesla coil, and it's now time to make some plasma out of this. Yeah, look at that. Oh, baby. Love it. We'll let it play one more time at the thing here. Dude, it's just that cat bank and that ZBS, man, perfect baby. Driver for this. Love it. So right there at the highest, we had 45 volts in the thing. And I think there's a little bit more. We're somewhere around 250 kilohertz, somewhere in there. Yeah, it's right in line with everything else, man. Like I said, that cap bank and the ZVS beautifully put it in right away. Right away. Yeah, the old screws. Yeah, it shows it all. I didn't even look at it, man, to be honest with you. I have to go back and look and see what it says. Let's see. I don't think we're going to be able to see it. I'll turn it on again later and see. Yeah, you immediately see the oscilloscope thing go whoop. Yeah. This thing's awesome, guys. Totally awesome. So I'm glad that worked out. And it did it on the first try. First time I ever epoxied something, I got to leave, 15% reserved and hit it one last time at the end to get that nice gloss coat. I'll remember that next time. This time it came out a little bit, stair-stepped. Yeah. So we'll have to remember that for next one. Yeah, it looks nice, but it could look a lot better, man. It was looking so nice when it was rotating. The problem is it kept feeding up and feeding up and feeding up, and you had to take out the center or else it would wobble. So, yeah, we definitely fixed that. That's just something working with it for the first time. So I'll straighten that part out pretty easily. Recycle the Corona. We could drive them to each other and make a spark gap out of it if you want. Once you build out, now you have to build something more bigger, battery wire. Yeah. Well, the next one after this, guys, after we do some testing with this, is going to be the what do they call it? Hourglass coil. So we're teardrop on a teardrop, and we'll just get the windings like this, run them, and see if we can't just flat plane the primary and see if it won't oscillate between the two. So, and that'll be a bipolar as well, one winding. I have no idea why it changes. You know, it could be it could just be that I hadn't grounded my scope right then and there. It could just be that. Yeah, it says counter around what you wound perfectly well. It's going to be one winding, so it should be all right. What's up, Joe? Can you wrap the arcs into each other? Yes, you can. You can make a nice, beautiful spark gap out of it. Absolutely, no problem in doing that. Oh, your scope does it? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes if I don't ground it, you know what I mean? You have problems sometimes. But normally it just works on these type of things anyway. Nice. Test your prototypes with the organites, with the illuminated designs in the material. Yeah, that's one of the next things, man. I got some clear plastic up here. I want to try to use it and see if I can't catch a point in there if it does arc on the next one. Because I wanted to build the sphere that Sean did. And if I could do that, I would try to want to use clear in there. If I can use clear in there, then any light that's emitted out of there, I'll be able to see it. What's going on, Anthony? Oh my God, the turns on each side. Okay. So it's turned over 40 times per layer. So I don't remember how many layers on each side. But 40 times each time it goes around, it is a 5 millimeter high little wall thing in between them. So you got the little 5 millimeter wall, you got a open zone for winding, then you got 5 millimeters. There's 1 millimeter in between each one of them. So you get at least 40 turns in there. Yeah, of each. You can get more. It's just when it gets to the top of each layer, it's kind of hard because then they start falling off. So you don't want to do that. You just want to keep it in that little zone. Yeah, we'll find out when we put that thing on to see which side's north and south. If I messed it up, it'll tell you right away. Yeah, I don't think people really understand this. Normal Tesla coils are monopole. These are bipolar. It's a monopole because your number one goes in at the same height as your number two. And Tesla didn't write about that kind of stuff because he didn't use this coil. This is an Odin coil, not a normal Tesla coil. And the normal one I use, I should say. Ulysses, right on, brother. Thank you very much. Dude, that's way awesome, bro. Look at you, man. What do you want to see done with the coil, my friend? This thing is awesome, brother. Thank you again for that. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh, so it's only a monopole. This is a bipolar. You would have to take two of the other coils and put them back to back to get what we have here, or just build a bipolar. They'd have a north and a south. So, right on, man. What's going on, my friend? Right on. Let's see. Self-sustaining system amplifying the universe. Harness energy collapses in the system faster, violating the floors. Really? Well, the way I found it working out, just let's take this for a second. Anytime I built the Tesla coil, and I just got a number 2 winding over here, it puts a node in it. When it puts a node, it gives me a bipolar Tesla coil, which will build out plasma on both sides, and it'll have a flat zone in the center. The null zone is just flat. It's not round or anything. I think it's flat, or it could be just have a little bit of V to it. And here's the thing. I think what's going on, and I can't confirm this. No matter what distance I get it, and I got it 11 feet away, there's some kind of coupling that goes on with the original primary of everything, and all the extra secondaries are out there by themselves. And I don't know how exactly that's working, but there's something coupled there or some kind of resonance going on. And it could just be attenuation of frequency. So I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more, but we got some cool stuff on that. Oh, dude, yeah. If we put 2 Tesla coils back to back, man, that'd probably be pretty wild. Dude, just having something that works like Dan's got it here. That's pretty good. Oh, the point I was getting to earlier is I was trying to loop it, like you're saying, in a continuous run. I had a problem because my primary is set up for testing, not for perfection, which means I have probably 3 or 4 more loops on my primary than I need. I need to run it in 3 windings, I think, and have that match perfectly with the secondary. So when I turn everything off, all the oscillation from everything else comes back into the center and runs it. I just haven't gotten back to the experiment yet, man. I've been trying to get all this other stuff worked out. Yeah. Right on, man. Yeah. I had a bunch of stuff going on, man. So let me see if I have a picture of it. Probably in my downloads. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I've been working all this stuff for the store thing I set up, and I'm almost done with everything. There you go. I've been building like crazy, man. You see all my coils there, my drivers. And that's not all of it, man. That's some of it. I wound all the gold ones on the right, all in one day, man. Yeah, it was a marathon. So, yeah, enough to drive me nuts. But yeah, that's all for, you know what I mean, setting up and trying to get that store up and going, man, because it goes to that, it goes to Facebook, it goes to everything, man. Yeah, it's rocking. Oh. Yeah, Joe figured out the worm thing, by the way. We'll have to have him tell you on Friday. Nice. Very good. So basically, the Earth and the stars are all stationary. It only appears to be rotating. I don't know that I believe that. In the magnetic field, Nikola Tesla was right. I think, okay, I think we don't notice rotation just like we don't on the planet. So I don't think that they're still at all. As a matter of fact, I think that we're in a bubble that makes it feel still. And outside that bubble, it's complete chaos. And we're rolling through the universe, man, in a bubble in our solar system. I don't think things are really what we think they are right now. Let's see. So, what was the little worm? Well, it's basically something that it throws off right before it goes into what do you call that? Fusion. Right before it goes into fusion and starts throwing these things off, we would need to, or I should say, Sean would need to amplify it to get it into a fusion reaction. Is what he was saying. He has a specific thing for it, but I don't have it right off the hand. He says kink defects. It doesn't just mean in the bedroom. He says that's what they're called. Let's see. Standing wave because you do not need reflection outside to make a rainbow. Going to start using heavy water on it. Yeah. Let's just hope the government doesn't show up if we start doing that. That's a bad thing. Yeah. Well, just understand this. I'm sure there's a lot of radiation going on in that room. So we'll have to see if Sean's got some kind of Geiger counter to check it, see if there's anything out there. Yeah. But I think there's some radiation going on. There's got to be for what he's putting out. Yeah. Easy water. There you go. That's a better term for it. Huh. Yeah. Probably related. That's right. Thank you, Crypto. I see you're enjoying your time out there, brother. Going through the woods and everything else, going out to the streams, man. Right on, man. Been watching it. Right on, man. Yeah, this coil setup's amazing, man. Coil setup's amazing. We got this one running, man. I got another one right here. It's got tripped out a little bit how small it is. This is one of my next Tesla coils right here. It's OG, man. This is old school. I just got to wrap it today and then test it. But the last small one I did was 17 megahertz at the best. I'm hoping for way over that. It's going to be OG style. 2 wrappings on a primary right here. And then several wrappings of 20 gauge solid copper here. And we're not talking like, tight together, man. They'll be spaced out. So we'll find out and see what it does. But going OG style, man, original Tesla design, and see what we can get. A lot of open air, a lot less friction in there with no PVC in there. It's all plastic, should go through it fairly well. Can always upgrade the plastic later, but we got to see if it gets anywhere close to where I want it. And that's going to be on the, I'm going to try the ZVS driver first, and then I'll try the PNP on it. And I just want to see, because Sean told me he couldn't get over 1 megahertz on the ZVS. So I want to see if I can do better. Let's see. Basically, the system doesn't collapse due to the relative density of the magnetic field grows larger than the plane of existence, and the water rises above the Earth, surfaces skim down. Well, we already got Sean showing in his device. It's rotating. He's put the sensors on it, man. He's built his little how I'll say it, basically something to pick up to show it's rotating. So he's getting fields inside of their 3 separate fields, and all 3 areas are rotating. So if it's built out like the sun, then the sun's rotating. So just have to keep that in mind. So we got to keep an open mind about that one. Oh, let's see. Crystal can oscillate very fast. I have, as a matter of fact, since you said that, I'm building a crystal bank. You know how I have the cat bank? I'm building a crystal bank. So I got the little crystals in there for your radios and stuff. I'm going to build a bank. So basically, as I flip the switch, I could turn each one on. Also have a resistance bank and a cat bank. So I can basically fine tune things as I want to in a system at any point that I want to. So because we do a lot of testing, man, you got to have different designs of different stuff. So flipping a switch was easy in the cat bank. It was relatively simple to understand. Doing the same thing in a bank of crystal oscillators should be the same exact thing. Suggest I try an air pressure gyroscope because of any electromagnetic would be strongly attracted by the magnetic field, enough to detect the magnetic field rotation instead. An air pressure gyroscope. If the gyroscope was more than one plane, if you got 3 planes out of it, absolutely, I'd try that. If you could put it in the air and attenuate all three planes at once, yeah, I'll give that a shot. If you know where to get one of those, man, I'm all on it. 12 stones in the Bible, okay. Yeah, 28 ink, television coil build piece to share and go along with my original presentation. Nice. Very nice. Presenting on Crypto's channel. Right on. Multi-frequency transducer. Yeah. Flip the frequency and we change it out. Oh, yeah. Deep Dish Cheese Spreads documentary he has is really cool, man. I actually watched half of it yesterday. I got to get to the other half. Really good. As you know, he won the Tesla coil last time we did the chicken wing eating contest, man, which I still have nightmares about burning my mouth. Yeah, well, of course they stop production for a reason, because as soon as you start doing gyroscopic stuff like that and they create any kind of static electricity inside, then they create a magnetic field and then you're creating gravity. That's why. Yeah. That's why I wanted to get a hold of one. If you knew where they were, absolutely, man, and give that a shot. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. You know what? I'll probably find it on Joe's thing real quick. For just a few minutes. Oh, come on. It's got to be right here. Here it is. And there you go. There's the link right there, guys. In case you want to go in there and check it out, dude, he did an awesome job on there. So there you go. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Huh. Can I eat the vibration? I have no idea. Right on, brother. Yeah, give him a shout out, man. He's one of us. Let's see real quick. I have this up. Let's see. Show you guys something really cool, man, that I ran across. Oh man, what is it doing that? Okay, share screen, that one, this one. Check this out. Look at that. It's just doing it on the resonance of it itself, man. Look at that. Drives that water crazy. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see where I was at. I was looking for something. Joe sent me a picture of what was going on. That right there is the little worm. So I don't have a link for that one, guys, but this is what Joe came up with the little bend and the worm thing. Singing bowls, yeah. You know, there was somebody out there that took a bunch of bowls, man, and they made them all sing and was pulling the frequencies off of them a while back. Yeah. Yeah, singing bowl stuff is good stuff, man. Well, that's, you know, you kind of look at the ancient monk thing and they have that little cavernous structure that they put the rock in. It's the same thing as the bowl, man. Once they get that frequency run around it, then it starts to mess with whatever's in there inside of it. Working flow counter to the current, like a linear motor field. Yeah. So that thing's pretty bitching, man. Yeah. I love those bowls, man, when they do that and they show that the frequency. So just reminds me, if you guys are out there and anybody does the cymatics experiment where they put in the plate and they put speaker on the bottom, let me know. I want to see if somebody puts a speaker over it. I want you to show the actual feel that you get out of it in the sand. I got some speakers the other day. I'm going to try it myself. So it'd be nice to just confer with somebody and see if they're doing the same thing. Yeah, to escape the current. That's wild, man. That whole experiment's wild. It teaches so much. Right on, brother. We put a link in the description for your video, man. It was awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, the curled beef field. Get a side shot also. Can we make another room? I'm sure Sean can. That power source he got is on my list, man. As soon as I get paid here in the next week, I'm buying one. So that I got to do this experiment, man. He's getting ahead of me on high voltage, and I can't have that. I'm usually on top of it. Yeah, you know what? He's got like a little sensor thing, man, that he puts over it. He built it, has 3 slits in it, and he's able to attenuate which frequencies are coming out of each one of the actual spheres that are in there. So, yeah, he'll have a whole thing for you guys when he's on again. I don't know that it'll be on this Wednesday. Probably definitely the following Wednesday. So, 50 Gauss magnet to test Sten's theory. You just got it in. I haven't found anything, like you said. Wow. Man, that sucks. I'm gonna have to give that a test too, man. Well, you got to understand, man. I started my channel doing plasma things, so I mean, plasma bridges, plasma display. I made a plasma X to go LARPing, and they won't let me LARP anymore. All cool things, man, but usually I'm way ahead. Now I feel like I'm way behind because I've been working on coils forever. So yeah, I got to out plasma them. That's right. All in good fun though. Nice. Got a magnetic viewer sheet. Yeah, those things are awesome. Cold plasma, yeah. I'll be honest with you, man. He probably feels something. I don't know that he would do that. You know what I mean? That's the confusing part about the whole thing is he's been pretty straight up about everything else. So I don't understand it either. But I then again I haven't done the test. Ooh. Well, chambers is good that you can pick up a resonant frequency in there. You're absolutely right about that. But when you start matching the frequencies, you get power. That's what it is. They don't want you matching the frequencies in the earth at all. They come and get you, man, when you start getting in the low hertz. They do not like that amplified at all. Yeah, needs to be a little better, man. I got to get up to that level, man, and match them. Ark of the Covenant. Yeah. Researching cyclones or cyclotrons. Nice. Yeah, I learned a lot from vortexes. I'll tell you that. I do that. I got to learn a ton from those. Just building them out, man, teaches you something. Strange stuff starts occurring when you start building stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He does a lot of environmental coupling. Well, you got to remember, what do you have like a wet zone probably underneath your concrete because your concrete sucks up all the water, so it's constantly attracting water to it. So right under the earth itself won't be really moist, but it'll be a little bit because it's pulling the water to the surface. Shrink tubing, I didn't put any shrink tubing around it unless it's on the wire parts. I always put it around those, and I buy the better one too. I don't buy the real thin one. Thinking about putting something around to protect it. Well, dude, that thing's pretty good, man. As long as you don't bump it on everything. I would imagine you're out there throwing it around, so you should be relatively good. Yeah, they don't want you to understand how it's done because then they let the cat out of the bag, man. Yeah, it's not just greed, man. They don't want you having that technology with it. Huh. Yeah, it also changed the capacity of the coil. That's right. It also set on fire. If you put shrink wrap around one of those number two windings, you're going to set it on fire, and it's going to be nasty and hard to clean up. That's a recipe for complete disaster. I would not do it. Yeah. If you wanted to, man, and you thought you needed to do something, the black can of polyurethane is the one I use. I buy it at Lowe's, and it's in the lacquer aisle. I think it's $14. Um, but yeah, that's what I would use. Just take it out, wrap up the primary on it. You know what I mean? Because you won't be able to pull the secondary out without destroying everything. But you can wrap it and just kind of give it a little bit of a lacquer coat on the outside there. Just rotate it when as you do it, so it doesn't like start to spill off of it. You should be good, man. That's what's on it already, so it should build out perfectly for you. Oh, yeah, they don't want people out there doing that, man. Yeah, more conductive with heat. Yeah, no, it's bad. Let's see. In your system, not only does it university energy feed the planet and rate, so two, the more you harness, the faster the drive yourself to another's. Nice. Oh man, yeah. I couldn't believe that coil went off the first time I tried it, man. That was sweet. Always, always have to check the winding, man, and see which side I wound it. Some, Sometimes you build the primary to it, and you don't realize which side you wound it, so you have to check it and fix it. Huh. Yeah, no, I did good. I got it right. So, then again, Sean's done this stuff before, so it was a lot easier knowing that he done it, and I got to see his STL files and how he built them. I printed them out. Decided I need a better printer nozzle for that. 0.02 for these things is best, and you have to get your retraction speed better. Um, it leaves hairs or that stringy stuff around because it's a lot of go to the end, stop, and pull back, and you could get some real nasty stuff in your 3D print. So 0.2 nozzle, slower speed, just get it right. Some of the new printers you don't have to really worry about it. I have old school CR10s, man. So do a little bit of adjusting. Yeah, stick to it if it melts. That'd be nasty if it melts on there. Oh man. Yeah, so I think spinning this coil is going to be our best bet, man. I think that's what's going to do it. Because otherwise, it's just a bipolar test coil. And, you know what I mean? That's fun and all. And we'll get great sparks out of it. They're cool. But we want it to serve some scientific purpose. And I think just like putting this thing at the center of the Otis T. Carr UFO would be awesome. And I think that's what most people would want to do with this thing because rotation of it's going to be key to get that. Yeah. Hold on. A clean base plate and make sure you buy the. God, I hate working on glass. PEI sheet is what you should get. I always work on one of those, man. I absolutely detest the glass, and I will not put down stick glue anymore. The PEI sheet, man, makes it real easy. Clean it off with isopropyl alcohol, and you're good to go. That's why they did MK Ultra. Yeah. Those people in the government, man, keep them far away from me. I don't want any part of it. Yeah. What's going on in society? We're gonna get ready to start that project, man. I got the parts here. We're gonna start getting out the torch. We got some soldering to do. Oh, I tend to believe the same thing as you, my friend. Yeah, I think the only kind of electrons you get is impedance when you run it in hot electricity. You know what I mean? you get some form of impedance out of it. That's the only thing to any kind of electron that I've ever seen come up in anything. It's just that impedance. And I don't even know that it would form a ball or anything else. Yeah. I don't think you can call that electron either. So I agree with you. They don't. And by the way, as soon as we saw Sean's device work and we saw the fields built out, everybody's idea of an electron better have changed right then and there. There was no little ball sitting on the outside rotating around this thing perfectly at any time of energy. It just wasn't there. Not the way they say it builds out. Oh yeah, well, I think we're all trying to get there. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't think you're the only one. Okay, we're all trying to get there. It's just we got to find the right device to make it work. Yeah, well, the middle of your magnetodielectric field along with gas makes the plasma, which makes matter. So yeah, I mean it's right there. You don't need an electron. You don't need photons either. All that stuff is hypothetical stuff that was a good math formula. Matter of fact, every time I've built out light, it's never had a photon in it. Never. It's been like gas. Literally excite the gas. That's all you're doing. Mako 3, you excite it, comes out purple. Make something different, man, it comes out yellow. Sometimes it comes out orange. I've had pink. All of them, as soon as I excited the gas in it changed colors. All had to do with the frequency they came out as. I have never seen a photon in my life. Yeah, I just never seen them. But it's just excited gas. That's all it is. Life starts at a bigger scale. Well, it has to do with the gravity on the planet. If the gravity was less, we'd all be 2 feet taller. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, if gravity was different back then everything would change, including every gas in the environment. Yeah, there's no getting around that. I mean, you ran all you want, man. I don't care. Go for it. I ran all the time. Have I seen much of Bob Greenier's work? Absolutely. I watch Bob Greenier quite a bit, man, and how he breaks things down. Dude, Sean's got what he's got. The only difference is in Bob Greenier's work, he's checking out people who've done it in cavitation of some sort that they created. Sean creates a cavitation by himself. He doesn't need something to hold it in. That's the only difference. All the shapes that come out in the clay or in the metal and everything Bob's seeing, we're seeing it in Sean's experiment, and we're seeing the same stuff. So, yeah, it's on the same level, man. Definitely on the same level. Yeah, definitely onto something, man. Well, think about the applications of this. If you create a field like this, you can create a mini sun, which means that you can create a device that gives you energy at all times everywhere. This is the same field that's used in anti-gravity and gravity for that matter. This is a massive understanding of what you're doing here. The conversion of energy to matter, there's another one. All of them in this same device. The universe is simple, man. It does the repeater. The only difference is the amount of energy that goes into your magneto or dielectric. Okay. When that changes, it makes things look different. You change the geometry, it makes things look different. Are they built differently? No. They're built with the same parts. They just look different based on how you put the parts into it. I think that's a big understanding that people miss. But when you start building this stuff out, you see it all day long. That's why they buy all the same devices to do all this, everything that they do. Yeah, I wouldn't go near that with a 10-foot pole, my friend. Government will take you out for that kind of stuff right away, as soon as they find you. Sorry, I'm reading the comments in there. We'd all love to do that and get rich, but it's not going to end well. Let's see. Tell you a lot of something, and just because a certain theoretical framework results in orbital devices, the scale of the Earth doesn't mean that it represents description of reality. Well, I think this whole thing's a lot bigger than what we think it is. I don't know if you're on that side or not, man, but I think it's so much different. It's so much bigger. What's going on, Tim Tron, man? Can't wait to see your device up and running, man. He's building Tesla coils out, and then he's going to convert the energy. And by the way, man, love the bits that you showed. Way awesome. Those are cool. I can't wait to see that device up and going, man. I saw it like a week ago? You had like part 4 out. Yeah, that's going to be an awesome device, man. He's got pillar coil and then 3 extra coils. He's going to run all of them off the one. Should be a way awesome device, man. Right on, man. Anytime. Yeah, when you get it done, man, you guys are gonna have to come back on again and let me know how everything's going, man. Let everybody know, because it's really one of those things a lot of people had some thoughts on, man, and they're thinking the same thing that you were. And it's cool that you're building it out. I just wish I had time to do it too, but it's awesome. Let's see, it has to do with the symmetrical collapse of the probability of the prophecy, the skull's mentality. Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I think all we live in is a cell of God. You take that for what you will. It's all going to build out like that in the end. It's all going to be a repeater. It's all going to come back to self-power itself. And it's going to be one of many that are out there. So, yeah, I think there's a lot more of that biblical stuff than people think. That's just my thought. Yeah, he's got over Unity, yeah. Well, thank you, Tim. Yeah, that'd be awesome. You guys come back on and show that, man. I'm looking forward to that. By the way, I was using your advice. I built out this thing with Mike on this little magnet motor thing, and I wanted to run it to see if it do perpetual motion, but the way the magnetic fields work, it won't do it like that. Not in the way I was thinking. No matter how much I minimize them on the sides, it still won't work. You have to pulse it in and out, which is just a rubber band, man. It's not a big deal, but definitely looking into that, man. But I took the center of it, man, and hollowed it out quite a bit. And then all the weights on the outside for the centrifugal force of the flywheel. So definitely took your advice. And then, I built this small, we're going to build this small Tesla coil, man. I'll build one out bigger, little OG style. Primary here, secondary here, nothing in the center. This is just PLA plastic, but it's going to be very small, very high megahertz. But I plan to build a much bigger one, you know what I mean, like that, and start checking out what Tesla was doing on his devices as well. But yeah, the hollow inside is better than the PVC. So we'll find out what happens there. Nice. Oh, let's see. Right now, you suspect that the cable is testing prophecy. In fact, they may not be test for the flow up right on. Well, I don't know if Revelations, if we're going to see the end of times in our lifetime. I'll be honest with you. But if that meteor or whatever they call it that's coming through the solar system now starts messing with things, we would. It says it's going between Earth and Mars, and it's not so much that it's going to hit anything that worries me. It worries if it plays with the magnetic field at all. And if it does, I got Yellowstone near me, and I hate for it to mess with that field and start setting off that thing, if you know what I mean. So that would not be good. But I think it's far enough away. We hope, pray, cross our fingers. But it might be right, man. Nice. Love racing engines, man. Right on. Yeah. Very cool stuff. Yeah, I got my my Gravity Flyer prints on the printer right now. I had to redo some and change some stuff around. So they're on there right now, man. I added in solenoids and some other things to kind of beef this thing up. So I plan on showing that here real soon too. Just takes a while, man, when you got so many things shoved to that printer. You saw the stuff I built and I'm still not done. So I had to hook up two of my other printers I wasn't using in order to get some of this stuff done. We already live in our own source of self-powered environment known as the null zone. Null zone's in the center of the ether is what it builds out to be, but absolutely correct. There's a null zone in every planet. I could probably guarantee that right now. With how the testing is working. Yeah. Energy is not tangible without matter. Well, matter increases the power of the energy. That's what it does. You have to have a sufficient mass in order to power it. So, yeah, because mass pulls on the backside of this when you run impulses. So as soon as you run something an impulse, you have to deal with the mass of the ground. So, yeah, it makes a big difference. Yeah, I can't talk about those. Yeah, they got other stuff going on. Sorry, can't talk about that kind of stuff on the channel. They shut me down for it. But yeah, I agree with you. They got some other stuff going on. They're definitely changing something. 13 miles an hour faster on that drone. That's pretty good, man. I tried to build a drone, man, and it blew up my with that multi-controller, your ESC. The ESC controller, I blew it up. They're pretty cheap, man. And if you leave them plugged in too long while you're doing the codes on it, they tend to fry. I learned that out the hard way, man. It cost me a lot of money. Yep. Yeah, I made a big one, man. It had 24-volt motors on it. The blades were about this long, and the thing was quite big for a quadcopter. And without those things in sync, man, it just goes boop right over every time. But God, those motors had some power. At 24 volts, man, ooh, that was a lot for those things, man. That sucker was ripping some air. You ripped the. Well, see, I didn't have the. You know how you could do it on your phone and do it? Yeah, well, there was one program in there that I didn't download, and I wasn't able to communicate back and forth with it the correct way in order to do that. Or else I wouldn't have cared either. I would have just downloaded it, wirelessly. Would have been a lot easier. In my ignorance of understanding this, I did not know that. Yeah. Let's see how we let's see how we're supposed to do the gravity is there or a pull, or if there's no matter around to observe it, pull via the movement. Well, I don't know. It would just act strange. I guess that would be the way you know. I mean, usually you have to put some kind of movement in it. Yeah, you're right. If it just sat there and was anti-gravitic, what would it do? I don't know if it'd do anything. It would just sit there. I don't think it would float up in the air or nothing. I think it would just sit there. I think you're right. It's got to have some kind of movement. That'd be funny. Here you are the whole time had it and you just didn't move it. That would be hilarious, actually, and sad. You'd probably go in there and just put your head in your hands and cry. Work so hard to get something, one little thing like that. Um, let's see. Brush motors are cool because of the sparking aspect. Although you need much more maintenance on the yeah. No, I agree. But they take high voltage a lot better. Try running a BLDC, man, with high voltage around. It's going to start skipping on you and messing up and lose sync. You run, you know what I mean, a regular brush motor, man, they take that high voltage to them all the time. Nice. Cool. I'll take a look at it after the show, man. Yeah, Joe said it was oh God, I forget what he's called it. He was researching it too. I'll see if it matches what he's got. Hmm. More speed after, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, it'll give you a sign if you could touch it and move it, it would tell you if it's anti-gravitic, because then it would, you know what I mean? It would tip, it would do things like that. It would show some weird signs. But yeah, I mean, I totally get what you're saying. I, you don't know how many times I've wanted to throw my little flyer off the side of the table and see if it floated. I didn't because I knew I had to repair it, but trust me, man, it was in my head. Yeah. Well, the ether itself's moving. I agree with that. Totally understand, my friend. Completely understand. I avoid doing certain things as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. I try not to draw attention to those. Well, they want us to shut up, yeah. Yeah, and they'll probably win if we do. I just want to get far enough along in projects where it's a done deal. And once you let the cat out of the bag, it'll stay on the internet forever, huh? Well, hopefully. That's kind of the strategy there. Get certain things, show people certain things, but then kind of hold a little back for a while because I want to get the rest of it done. Now I don't know where that comment came from, but hopefully it's well founded. Oh, pro tip. It's a pro tip of the day. Oh man, if they let me do beer commercials, dude, I'd do them all day. By the way, you don't think Bush beer would be like on the front of my list? Be cracking that thing open, man. Bush all day, just because I think it's funny. Oh, huh. Oh my God, dude, Darren, thank you, brother. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. They'll be cracking some bush beer with me over there. Oh, nice. Right on, man. That's right. Bush. Make a good spokesman for that, man. All over that one if it comes. Oh, I'll tell you what, too, if they wanted me to advertise some brass balls, I'd do it. There's another commercial I'd pick up right away with no problem. Get your brass balls here. 100% pure brass. Absolutely. Oh, it cracks me up, man. Some of the commercials they give out, man. I'd be a good spokesman. I do it just because it's fun. Right on, brother. Put my email in there. You send it to me. There you are, brother. Send it to me. Take a look at it. Take back what is yours. That's right. We'll have brass ball slogans everywhere. We'll hang them up in the background. Have a nice display. Oh my. That'd get me in a lot of trouble, but it'd be funny. Gotta have some funny stuff go on, man. Oh man. She's you let nature wage your war on the brass balls, man. Well, nature's gonna take its time and it's gonna drop them. Oh, nice. Right on, my friend. Right on. I don't think I can get away with selling those, Joe, but that'd be hilarious. Oh, put it on the shelf right next to the orgonite butt plug. Oh, so funny that episode, man. Yeah. Well, there you go. New spark gap kit will come out with Tesla coils and spark gaps, and there'll be 100% brass balls. That's the way to do it. Ah. Oh, so much fun. Sorry, I got something in my eye going on. Yeah, I had a guy tell me today that I didn't build a Tesla coil because it wasn't traditional Tesla. Somebody gets upset about those things, man. No, I've never had that. No. Huh. Wow. Yeah, we all yeah, as you get older, man, one drops further faster than the other. That's for sure. I understand that. Like commercials get personal. Huh. A TikTok. Oh man. Dude, old beer commercials are the best. They sold things with thongs. Now they don't do any of that today, man. Too many weird people out there. They got upset over somebody selling beer with jeans or some jean commercial or some good looking woman sitting out there in her jeans and they get all upset. Man, those people didn't live through the 80s like we did, man. They were running around in thongs on the beach, man, and they were selling beer. Those are the good old days. Man, now it's might as well go on out in a nun's outfit for some of these people. They're crazy. Yeah. The twins, you remember we even got gum commercials with twins. I remember that. Yeah, the good old days, man. Back when people could be people, huh? Not like today, man. Some guy stubbed your chat about to see you fail, make free energy device. Funny thing is, device I told him would already have been free energy from the sun. Nice. Nice. You 0 point energy today? Plug your toaster in to make a bagel. Funny, Joe. Oh, yeah, oh, dude, I'm there with you, man. There weren't any helmets, and yeah, be home before dark. My dad's favorite saying was "grab wall." That's what he said, and then here comes the belt. Back in the day, we used to be able to get away with that. No, not today. Huh. Oh man, yeah, totally different world in the '80s, bro. Totally different world. Oh, belt's back then it had 3 holes. Well, that's a different story entirely. Oh my god, I should have read that before I put it up. Oh, yeah, you always got to tell them it's you and new and unique, and they got to set a trend. Oh, shit. Yeah, a little steam power we all needed, huh? Yeah, I definitely should have read that other comment first. Oh man. Oh, kind of lost my screen right there for a minute. Hold on. Pull this thing back if I can. There we go. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. They put these damn buttons on the side of your mouse. I wish they wouldn't do that. Huh. Oh well, that's what I get for being old. Hmm. God, that thing's still bugging my eye. Yeah, I got to go into the ear doctor, man, see if they can't fix it. So that'll be a fun trip. Can't hearing's getting way worse. So we'll see what they can do, man. I can't put some kind of tube in there or something to open some stuff up. Let's see. The Wankel rotary engine is the best. Yeah, make the seals last longer. uh, Steam Tech is available to everyone, but no bills. But God, man, that'd be nice. Living next to a stream will get you almost no bills. As long as that thing's rushing, man. You can go over there and put that paddle in there and get it. But then environmental people get all upset with you. Always got something to say and ruin your day. And the streams flood over lately. And they really ruin everybody's day. Yeah. Can't enjoy things anymore. Yeah. Crazy. That was steam heating the meter. It's like electric. Nice. Yeah, it does all the basic needs. You're absolutely right. I was shocked to learn when they had power plants of nuclear, that's all they were making it into. Kind of defeated the purpose. Why make all that waste just to create some steam? Didn't make any sense. Denver does too, really? Well, they have a nuclear facility, it's steam. Yeah, boil the water. That's what heats the buildings? Yeah. Oh, conversion, yeah. Pretty much just heat. That's what they had those rads for, didn't they? Kind of radiator looking thing that's in all those old school homes. You just heated everything with those. I never lived back east, man, so I don't know. I just see them in the home improvement thing when they do it. Oregon. Nice. Yeah, that's all they're doing. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, diesel's like the best truck ever. They run the old school diesels, man. The ones that are in the tractors, they run on everything. It doesn't matter as long as you didn't clog your injectors, man. You were good to go. You can, change any kind of oil in there you want, man. Just the pressure ignite it. So, yeah, those things are the absolute best. Now, if you like from 2000, I think it was 2002 or 2001, and all the Dodges, you couldn't do that anymore, man. You couldn't crack it on the injector thing and get some air out of it in order for it to run better. There's too much pressure in the line. So all those Cummings, man, you couldn't do it anymore. It really sucked. And you're going to work on something, man. So, but diesels are awesome, man. I got me a diesel outside. I bought it when gas was 99 cents a gallon for the diesel. I should say fuel. It was 99 cents a gallon back in the day when I bought it. And it went way over the price of gasoline, which really sucks. Because all the truckers use the diesel, man, to haul all your goods. It can cost you a lot more money when that price is high. Gasoline prices suck for you, but what's even worse is the fuel to get your stuff to the market. That really affects everybody's bottom line, man. I think it's garbage that they raise the price. I live in California, so it's a little different. Probably different in different states, but California raised it to the roof. It just sucks. Yeah, that'd be cool. If they got one for the diesel out there for the Cummings I got, I would definitely look into it. Propane injection for diesel. Nice. Yeah, propane isn't cheap. You got to have a big tank. Yeah. I'm sure there's a cool effect that makes those tires just blast out. all kinds of stuff, man. Sure, that's why he's talking about it. Put it on the commercial market as a retrofit. Well, that'd be good. I'd get one, man, if it was reasonably priced. Can't be 10 grand or nothing. They sell it for a couple grand, then that might be all right. Oh, wood gas, 60 more fresher than the diesel, converting kinetic energy. Yeah, maybe, but diesels last forever. Those things, man, last way longer than everything else. So you got 150,000 miles on it, man. You haven't broken in your diesel yet. Nice. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I'd get an electric car out in California, but they're not really worth it. The resale value on them sucks because most of the money's tied into the battery. And once you run out that battery, man, that's most of the price of the car. It's like $11,000 or something. You get a new battery system put in your car, maybe a little more. I mean, that's the price of your car. So basically, when they run their battery down and they go to resale market, they're junk. Yeah. For as much as I travel, it's not very much, man. A little electric car work great. I'm tempted to buy a golf cart. I just got to put down to you know, the local, what is it called? The local park to do my walking in the morning, man. So a little golf cart. Yeah, I could walk some more, but I don't want to. Not like that cool breeze on the way back. Yeah. Labor's almost, yeah, 20K, man. And they want to sell their car. Dude, that's a total junk market. Should never buy one of those things used. Yeah. I could buy an old diesel, man. They can run all the time. Yeah. It's a lot of energy, man. Well, that and as soon as you get out there with that electric car, man, all that stuff's bad for the environment. Way bad for the environment. But a diesel, man, you can make it out of corn oil, sugar oil. Um, biodiesels are made like that. You could just grow plants in order to make the oil for this thing, man, to make it work. That's what I like about it, man. So if they put a thunderstorm generator thing out there for those, and then you can run it off of, say, like corn oil, man, that's something good. But then again, if they let you put in the water in your injector and then separate the stuff that goes in there, that's even better, man. Because we get hydrogen production cars right away without some giant tank of hydrogen that could very well harm you. So yeah, you can grow your own fuel. Yeah, well, that's it. Well, I don't know that you want to be a farmer for all that because that'd be a lot after a while. Yeah. I mean, some of these things, man, are just common sense. That water car should have saw, I mean, not only should they have made it all the time, but put it in full production because we got a ton of water everywhere. But just like Blazing Saddles told you, when they put out that little road sign and made you pay 10 cents to get through it, the government's gonna find its way to get your money. They'll start taxing you, you know what I mean, just for the streets themselves, and they'll get their money. And then the gas companies will just turn into water companies and charge you a lot more for the water at the pump. They'll find a way to make their money, man. At least the environment will be clean, but they'll find a way to make their money. Trust me. Smells amazing. You ever you ever get your buddy, man, who went out there and converted it over and used the oil from like McDonald's? I had a buddy did that. Thing smelled great. Always wanted to go eat. Yeah, way better. Nice. Yeah, dude, I had a Chevy Nova 3-inch exhaust with headers on it, and it dumped right before the drive axle in the back. Dude, this thing was louder than loud. Okay, we took a 350, made it into a 383 stroker, man, and just got this thing humming. And dude, it would like wake up the neighborhood, bro. That thing was bad. It was fast as hell. It smells like French fries, yeah. Nice. Yeah, everybody went to McDonald's after that, dude. They should have made that like a production McDonald's car, man, and drove it around everywhere and been like, "Oh, you smell some fries? McDonald's signs on the car, buddy." They'd all be heading to McDonald's for that. That would have been like the ultimate promotional vehicle. Huh. Oh yeah, that'd be much bigger, much better than that Wiener Schnitzel one. Remember that one? That a giant wiener that would drive around. Wiener with a couple of buns on it. Yeah, the big Wiener Schnitzel wagon selling hot dogs out of it. Yeah. Oh man, that'd be fun. Yeah, dude, McDonald's car, man, running around. Sell them the idea. Oh yeah, the Oscar Mayer one. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Put a blower on it. Oh, that's amazing. Oh man, big Oscar Mayer. I mean, yeah, it's a blown 440 in there. Big wiener. I bet you it was blown. Huh. Oh, that's hilarious. You tell them they're fresh buns. Huh. There's big jokes all day about this. The fastest hot dog on earth. Huh. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. There you go, drag racing in a wiener car. Dude, I would just pay to see that. Okay, if you really had one of those at the track, I would pay to see it. Okay. Oh, yeah, it does happen. Some of the stuff they came up with back in the day, brother, just awesome. Huh. Oh, love that stuff, man. Cracks me up all the time. Huh. Oh, yeah. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done it either, man. There's got to be someone out there that has the same sense of humor I do. I mean, they raced everything down those tracks, man. I don't think well, they may have done it, but I haven't seen an ice cream truck. The old school ice cream trucks race down the track. I think I've seen like milk trucks and some other things, but not an ice cream one. Imagine that. Yeah, I got a race car. It's my ice cream truck, and I make the kids run as fast as they can after it. Oh man, only a redneck would come up with that. That's right. I would. Yeah, well, that's true. That is true. Some of that stuff, man, you don't see or hear about it until you get on one of those shows and they show you, oh, this is a promotional car, back in the day, and now it's in the junkyard here, or they tell you something like that, man. Yeah. Oh, right on, dude. That's crazy. Redneck engineering. Dude, this world would be nothing without redneck engineering. How do you think half this stuff gets created? Some old redneck gets tired of something, getting tired of getting bitched at by the wife. He goes out and creates it. Now the whole world gets to use it. Wife tells him again, I'm getting tired of cranking the washing wheel out here, you know? All right, I'll do something about it. Goes and finds a motor. There he goes. Okay, washing machine perfected. Yep, that's how it works. A 4x4 monster hot dog. Nice. Huh. You think I'm crazy or not, man? I, I went out and I was trying to paint something on my house, and it was like taller than the ladder I had. I just went over to my brooms, man, and you know what I mean? Just unwound them, took them, taped them all together, man, made a big long extension stick about, 20 feet long, and got right up there and painted it real quick. Made it a lot easier, man. Good old redneck engineering with some duct tape. Worked the best. Huh. Nice. Wood gas and mainstream. That'll make it more known. Nice. Shit. Oh, dude, I made some funny stuff. Let me just tell you that. Wife always telling me I can't do something. I got to find a way around it. Yeah, I couldn't move the fake grass that we had. Full of those little, plastic ball things in there. Yeah, I just tied that sucker to the back of my pickup truck and drove it into the spot. It was a lot easier. Yeah. Only gonna learn this stuff, man, when you have to be in that spot to do it. Best way to learn. Come up with new inventions all the time. Hmm. Yeah, if you can make it work, man, do it. Hmm. Yeah, I get a lot of that stuff, man. Went over and got tired of all the trash. When you get trash cans in your house, my house is small, so got irritated with it, man. I built an island for my kitchen, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna make trash drawers. So on one side of my island is all pots and pans. On the other side of my islands, it's got 4 drawers. Okay, the size of the cabinet, and you pull each one out. It's got the trash in one. It's got recyclable bottles in the other, recyclable cans in the other, so my old butt doesn't have to separate them when I have to go do it. And at the end, man, they got bags. So all the bags you need to go to the grocery store, because California apparently likes to make you pay 30 something cents per bag because they're jerks. Um, so now we got to bring our own stuff. So yeah, I created a big old island in my kitchen so I didn't have to deal with that stuff no more. Then what do? They overfill the trash cans, man. It gets all in there. I swear you can't have nothing nice, man. They don't respect it until they have to fix it. What's going on, man? Motionless generator. Though you know they won't work. Yeah. Oh man, we'll see. I don't know that they work well. The Meg works well. I know that. It works. Uh yeah. They got a bunch of stuff that works. You wouldn't think that would, man. It does. Yeah, resonance. Absolutely. Well, as soon as you create resonance in a system, man, everything works better. More efficient by far for everything. You create resonance in a system, man. The motors pick up on that frequency, man. They run nice and smooth, run everything cool, keep the heat away. Absolutely way to go. Huh. Nice. Yeah, it's if you build the aluminum ones that are hollow inside, yeah. Well, there we go. Resonance key. Resonance key to everything. I don't think people understand. It's key to this universe, and they don't understand it. Most of them have a very vague idea of how it works, and will probably tell you that a speaker alone could do it. They don't understand it. Nice. Let's see. The copper coil around, okay, is just there to transfer the energy back to the central battery, Utron. Has those big capacitors on that plate in the center. That's where I think the energy's going, man. Nice. A lot of stuff going on out there, man. You guys got a lot of stuff going on. Sorry, I'm trying to read it. Yeah, those Utons are always frequency based. Rotational speed, eddy currents, frequency based. I always do it that way. Let's go to rectify tunnel to load. Let's see. Well known falling water churns the ether naturally. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. The Valley of the Kings used to have a river and ran over the chambers, so it seemed to be turned in low hertz for that purpose. Nice. You do not have the peg. Well, let's hope you're not getting pegged because you really need a meg. That's not too friendly, man. Ah, it's funny. After getting paid to get it tuned. Oh, oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Two totally different things going on there. Oh yeah, you're gonna have plenty of friction with that. Oh, well, it could be that, or it's a sexual thing the woman does to you, which is not so good for you. Huh. Oh yeah, it's gonna power your remote cave, all right. Huh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know that it's like a filter, more like a blunt object. Huh. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. Oh, oh man, counter rotating. Yes, it was counter rotating, man. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a big name, man. You can call it that, I guess. Oh, so funny. Yeah, it would actually counter rotate. They call it torque. I call it friction, but they like to say torque is what makes it counter rotate. Yeah, on that device. Oh, they always say torque. Let's see. You want to make me want to build a massive cat bank and sometimes just go at it. Well, yeah, that's cool. I got massive cat banks. Torque, torsion, same thing. Yeah. Well, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, just counter rotates after a while. I'm all good with that. Oh man. Let's see. You're not using the waterfall as fuel. It's the resonance of the water that falls that creates a natural charge separation and broadband harmonics. Let's see. Torque and current are the same thing as well. Believe now that the OTC does not need electromagnets. Of course they don't. Back in the 1950s, permanent magnets were quite weak. Well, they are, but they sometimes serve a better purpose as a ground. So keep that in mind when you look at it if it has it. Hmm. Yeah, torque equals RPM, which is output power. See, torque plus RPM is output power. Sorry, I'm trying to read them. Then the one who smelt it dealt it. Yes, yes, they did, and they were probably the one rolling on the floor laughing. That's who you know did it. They can't hide that stuff, man. It's laughing gas. They they're the one on the floor dying laughing. Uh, nice. Oh, you smell petrol. Huh. As long as you're not smelling Vaseline, then you're okay. Because if you do that, man, you got some problems going on. Huh. Oh man, it's resonating in your cave. Oh, the principle of the same thing is exactly the same. Uh, kind of. The the diff- it all works on frequency and resonance. The difference is one takes the null zone and compresses and contracts it in order to create the energy bigger. The other one used the Tesla coil in the center with the rods between it in order to make the same thing. Pretty much the same principle, but a little bit different. Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, most of the same stuff's in there. Oh man. Yeah, that gravity flyer was a pain in my butt for a long time, man. Oh. Before that, man, I was building one of those OTCX1s. I built it and gave it away. Didn't realize it was going to have a YouTube channel or else I would have kept it. But I built one, and the energy runs without much of an energy source after a while because the capacitance and the outside, if you put a shell on it, then it continues to charge itself depending on where you are in height in your atmosphere. Um, yeah, it doesn't regenerate the energy. Well, it doesn't have the outside shell in order to redo it. It has to have a shell like a transistor, and then yes, it would be able to do it, but it wouldn't do it now. The way it's sitting, no. Just fall through the tiny hollow cylinders in the industrials to make how called flexible in the charges. Must be talking about a different thing that I'm talking about. Height in the atmosphere, yeah, it adds to the voltage. Yeah, it absolutely does. Yeah, so if you got this thing in atmosphere, it would run all the time for free. There's no question about that. Yeah, Corona motors, you're right. Oh, let's see. Can be simplifying the timing of the motors and high voltage charging the gravity flyer are very complex as Alexi built it. Actually, that's not necessarily true. I individually set the motors. I set them in resonance so that they're faster that way. The high voltage not really a problem. It's just a power and on circuit. Tesla coil not really a problem, but the way you connect it is between those three in order to get the frequencies to resonate together and act together and form AC capacitance inside of your capacitor, which is just the the center plate and the upper plate, the bottom plate to ground. In order to get that, man, you have to understand how they build together, and then you have to put them in a little bar together and get them to build right. Once you do that, you have AC on aluminum, which AC on aluminum lifts aluminum. And it basically like AC levitation when it comes to a magnetic field in aluminum. So it's not that hard to understand there. The harder part is that you're building a null zone in the center on the center plate, and you must completely keep doing this to it, okay, in order to build up the energy and push it out. So you're building the capacitance inside there in order to drive this thing. So yeah, it's not that hard, but the OTCX1, man, it's a fairly easy, simple once you get it up and running, but it's a lot harder to build. Uh, right on, my friend. Thank you for that very much, man. I try to do as much as I possibly can to help people out and show people things, and what I learn, I give away for free. I don't believe in patenting things or anything else. I just give it away. People are going to use it how they want to use it. Thank you for that, though. I really do appreciate that, man. Let's see. Using a motor with control axle gears to create counter-rotating spinning, the time to spin and meeting. Yeah, you could do that. By the way, the high voltage time by making 12 contact. The high voltage is a misunderstanding, I think, by most people. It's your magnetodielectric effect. So one side has to be high voltage, the other side has to be magnetic. They put the actual magnets on the bottom to amplify the magnetic effect, which is like your grounding. So if you think about it in the context of the earth, the center is magnetic, the sky is high voltage, okay? And it's just trying to do the same thing. It's literally building out everything Sean Experiment did in a simple, compact form. And the outside field does cause compression on the inside because it holds it in and it doesn't allow it out, but you never turn off the energy. Yeah, the high voltage on that is a really easy thing to understand, but you can't overpower it because it overpowers the testicle and won't allow them to interact together to create the AC. A lot of people fail right out of the gate because they try to amplify the DC flyback and they'll burn it up, destroy it, destroy the energy going into it, destroy the experiment right away. Yeah. So the resonance is natural because the motors themselves fall into resonance together, and also that your high voltage fields, because they interact together, they fall into resonance together fairly easy. So you get a beat frequency between them, which makes that part just the easiest part in the world. The hardest part they've ever had on that machine is that oh man, the piezo buzzer. Because without a set of hearing aids, man, you'll never hear the sound. Put in your hearing aids, it screams like a banshee. Take out your hearing aids, you can't hear it at all. Kind of a trick. I just use I use solenoids instead because we're just trying to pull the field. See, all that thing does is bounce the field right there. That's all it does. It works on getting null zones and energy zones on both, and then you bounce the field. So why bother with all the stupid garbage? Simply just put the solenoids in there and bounce the field. It's two plates. It's a simple thing. Creating a Casimir effect, two plates pull apart, you get a massive effect. When you continue to do that, you start to build capacitance on the inside. It's the same thing that you would get, say, in the heart of a sun when you do it, because the same way that resonance works, it doesn't work on a steady push. No, it works on a push-pull, push-pull. It allows the environment to pull in on an impulse and then expand on an explosion. Pulls in an impulse and expand. It allows the outside fields to feed off of each other. So something they don't realize right away. I realized it. That's because I went through all those experiments and found out what each one of them did. Capacitance makes the current high voltage. But current's kind of a good and bad word to say. Current usually means that there's like a high amount of amps in it. When I prefer breaking it down to amps and volts. Well, I'm sure you understand that. Probably just a preference thing. Yeah, right on, man. Everything that I show you on the channel, by the way, you can repeat every one of them. I want to start seeing people take the Tesla coils and start repeating the null zones coming out in them, because I'm telling you, that's how the planet builds out to the the sun builds out to the planets, and you'll find that they all connect together, which would mean by the time you get to the end when they're all quantumly entangled to each other. If you don't like the word quantum, just use entanglement to each other. As one falls out of resonance, it ruins some of the rest of them down the line. Yeah. Really cool, man. Nice. You never use that for the high voltage resonance, I'll be honest with you. it runs right up at 25 megahertz out of your audible range. You won't hear it. You need a device to hear it. It's like I said, 25 megahertz, man. That's exactly where it pins out right away. Right away. So let's see. 10,000 electric eels power a car. I wouldn't want to be in the car. Who wants to be with that many eels, man? Forget that. Yeah, there you go. Oh, nice. Capacitance will lower the resonance. Yeah, it'll change your resonance, but that's why it's all done tied in together. That's what makes it stable because it's all flowing together. The motors, they're in tune together, but it's not the only resonance in the system. The outside fields themselves and the inside, that field combo right there between the high voltage and the Tesla coil, they have to be tied together. That's what makes it so stable when you start building out like this with getting your capacitance. That's the key, man, or else it'll break and it'll spark right over the plates. When you do it like this, it builds in the capacitance in that area like this. Totally changes the game. By the way, it's the only way to build up enough energy that you need inside the bubble. Right on, brother. Right on. It goes faster, but you have to whip the eels. Oh my. Dude, you got to make a picture of it. I'd love to see that. Oh man. Well, resonance is the source of energy. I don't know. I don't think people understand that. It is the source of energy. It's how your ether builds out. A lot of people won't recognize that right away because they don't understand the power of it. You start creating nodes and stuff, man, you'll start seeing it. You'll be putting resonance in everything you possibly can because it builds out the plasma. Should have said frequency. Resonance is the right answer. Once you get it in resonance, it's pretty stable. But yes, your body capacity should set it off just a little bit, but not by much. But when it's hooked to a second part on the other field, it won't do that. Wiring the OTCX1, it demonstrates a Utron spinning on a Dremel. It creates current even without a copper coil. Well, you got eddy currents. Yeah, it's going to create an eddy current. Absolutely. So you're spinning aluminum. Yep. LC tank circuit, that's what I use. Not sure the question. Smack those eels. Huh. Oh man. 10K eel power. Say sussy inversion. Let's see. Yeah, you could do the Dremel trick. That's cool. I've seen that one. Nice. Measured 15 volts AC. Very cool. Oh man. Yeah. Back to the pagan cell. Oh, that's hilarious. An eel farm. I love it. Oh man. Yeah, get your car here. We just put an electric eel in there to power the thing. Oh, that's terrible. Oh man. Go to the eel market to get you a new eel every once in a while. Huh. Oh, feeding them doesn't work out. Huh. Wow. Is he just grifting? Dude, I'm making fun of the word peg, not what you actually mean. Hmm. Can't drive 55. Isn't that a song by the former lead singer of Van Halen? What was his name? Not David Lee Roth, the other one. Yep. God, what was it? Sammy Hagar? That's who it's from. That's right. Well, I'm working on that right now. First demonstration. I'm working on it. Takes a little while. Yeah, Hagar. Yeah, nothing beats bad for the teacher, man. Or hot for the teacher. I'm sorry. Van Halen was awesome on that one. Eel cell. Nice. I love to see that, man. They get an eel in there, they start messing with it, start shocking and driving their car. If you like a rich person thing, kind of like the platforms with the fish in it in the 70s, be like that in your car. You got eels swimming around your car, creating electricity. Ah, oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, yeah, free eel energy. There you go. Oh, yeah, it put out a pretty good shock. Yeah, I agree with that, man. I seen them. What was it? It was an eel and I think it was a crocodile or something like that, and tried to get it, and it just zapped the living daylights out of them. Yeah, I saw that, man. That was pretty cool. Always end up watching that stuff early in the morning when I wake up. There'd be something stupid on, and I go, "Oh yeah, I gotta see it. You got me on this one. I got me suckered in." Yeah, yep. One wire from an eel farm. There you go. Oh man, yeah, they're popping up everywhere. Oh man, hey, if they powered a car, trust me, they probably would. Oh, well, wait till you structure the water. Structure the water for the eel. That might be a little better. You can get a little more return. Yeah. Don't tread on me. The little snake on the flag. It's a yellow flag. Yeah. Remember that one? I think Joe's got that in his background. As a matter of fact. Hold on, man. Yeah, man. Cool things to go. Hamster wheel. Ha! Love it. Hamster wheel. It's like your exercise thing. The fat guy has to get in the hamster wheel and run. so that he can lose the weight and everybody else get the free ride. Oh, that'd be awesome. It'd be a new trend. Hollywood would be full of fat guys running in a hamster wheel. Oh man, that'd be hilarious. Oh, did I see the water drops? Yes, actually, I did. He was taking the alcohol, structuring it, and then dropping it in the water, and it wouldn't make a splash. That was cool. I did see that one. And let's see what we see. Water droplets that would go through a pipe and make energy. I saw that one. Um, yeah, there's quite a few, man. I saw quite a few of those things. I tend to watch a lot of that just to see what they're doing and how they're doing it and if they make anything cool. I actually made, what was it? Plasma channels thruster, their ion thruster. I built several of those when they first came out. I also built his voltage multiplier that he did. I built a couple of those. Yeah, I like some of these things to build, man. I try to do the video on them and show everybody how they're built. I got to do a video on this red coil that we're talking about, the Utron coil. I got to do a video on that one next, on how I built it. I think I saved all the pictures from winding it and in between. So hopefully it'll come out a nice video. Nice. STL for the Egyptian cross. Go to Thingiverse. I'd try there first. Nice. Oh, the B2 bomber, man. They got energy on the outside of the thing, man. It helps them go faster. They already learned the secrets there, man. They learned it's more like a Tesla turbine and the energy that sucks you into Mach instead of pushing against it. Yeah, they've already learned that in the B2 bomber. He's looking up, but he's lazy. I have those days, man. You're not the only one. I had that day, too. I was winding those coils, man. My whole arm was sore as heck, man. The next day I was like, nope, not gonna do it. Not doing anything. I'm just gonna take the day off. Which worked out because I was in a much better mood when I came back the day after that. Oh my God, I was able to get some things done, man. Yeah. Or else I would have been frustrating my way through it and broke half the stuff. So thank God I took that day off. Nice. Yeah, well, let's see. Precipitator is 2 days away. Nice. Yeah, Darren, when you get that printer, man, you go on Thingiverse and check it out, man. They get free files for you. I have actually quite a bit of files on there for stuff, man. So they couldn't weaponize the OTCX one. Well, they probably could. Well, no, it's not. Yeah, you're not dropping bombs out of it. That's for sure. But surveillance, reconnaissance, yeah, you can use the OTCX one for that. That's for sure. The only problem is, man, when you get a bunch of high voltage fields and stuff like that, it messes with your cameras. That is the one bad thing. Hmm. Yeah, they created a lot of anti-gravity crafts, but yeah, I would say they're all pretty familiar. They're all pretty much the same thing. They've been doing it the same way for a while. Everybody's done the same thing. Hmm. Oh, let's see. They also add up the threshold of the sphere and the voltage determined by the crazy outside of the area of the sphere. Yeah. Well, as soon as they did the like a graphene coating on the outside of one of those things, it allows a high voltage electricity to flow faster on the outside, which will actually pull your plane in a little bit. It'll make it go faster because you're dealing with the same energy. You're just letting it flow over instead of building up a wall against it. That's all it is. You're just building an energy wall. And as soon as you can build the same type of energy, you can go right through it very easily and you can get a lot faster. So they haven't shown that in the next generation, but that's the next generation after that B2. I'll tell you that right now. So, and it goes back how the mesh structure works, everything else. Yeah. Yeah, no sonic boom. Well, why would there be? So I keep saying the Tesla turbine, but you understand why I say it, because as soon as you turn that thing on, what happens? The plates go to garbage because they can't handle being in Mach. As soon as they go into there, they start distorting because they couldn't handle it. But you're not pushing the device into Mach, it's pulling it into the Mach because of the pressure and the air and all the electricity and energy around it. Once you realize that, man, and you start applying that to the physics of the outside world and to an airplane, then you start to understand, hey, this is very convenient. If you can't always run against the wall, but if you could take that wall and have it surround your craft at all time instead of continuously running into it, man, you got like so much easier of a time, less gas, everything, or fuel, I should say. Sorry. You can't build enough to the loss and corona discharge. Well, you see, that's the thing. You need to build a circuit on the outside of the plane and use the outside of the plane as your base. Once you use the outside of the plane as the base in a transistor, then it's pulling it in. It's pulling it through it, just like a PNP transistor. You're pulling the high voltage energy through it. And yes, it does work because I've used my Tesla coil on the number 2 winding to run a NPN and PNP transistor, and it does work because it's based on the point of saturation. It saturates the fields with it very easily. So building that on the outside of the craft wouldn't be that difficult if you just use the right combination of metals or the graphene on the outside in order to get it to go faster. Then you can get all kinds of speeds out of this thing. Right on, brother. Have a good evening. Yeah, well, you think about what that Asian scientist lady that was working on the anti-gravitics, what she was doing is she was literally creating a mesh. And the mesh would pull in negative energy. Well, negative energy is your impulse. That's what's actually you're in your environment. That's why she was doing it, because she knew that if you did that, it'd make it anti-gravitic. Because the energy itself matches the energy in the atmosphere. It's the only thing that can get in contact with it. Right now, you can go outside and put all the magnetism you want or hot energy out there. It won't do absolutely anything. Won't do absolutely anything. You got to create an impulse in order for it to do something in your environment. She knew that. So that's exactly what was developed on the B2. Yeah, they're talking about that field on the outside, man. When they start putting on those coatings on the outside of these airplanes, there's a reason for it. It's not just radar that they're worried about, man. They want the energy to pass over it. Yeah, that Chinese lady that disappeared. Yeah, I don't know her name. Deborah. I don't know if that was her name. I don't know, honestly. I remember watching it and seeing what she was into, and that's exactly, yeah, she got hit by the car, had some brain damage. Yeah. That's the one. Right on, guys. All right, man. It's been about 2.5 hours, man. I'm going to take off for the day. I just wanted to say thank you, man. Ulysses, you hooked me up, man. I appreciate it. Darren, he dropped it in not just once, man. He dropped it in twice. Thank you, my friends. I do appreciate everything. And Darren, I'm sending out your coil again tomorrow, man. I'll hook you up with everything you need with the caps and everything. And you just let me know, man, when it comes to that file, if you need some help when you get your printer. I'll make sure I take care of it. Just send me an email. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it, man. Have yourselves a great night.
The old man Bill. The old man Bill. The old man Bill. The old man builds. The old man builds is broken in the head. People not seeing reality has put them in the red. Where conscious and spirituality restricted from the norm and replaced with the ignorance of basic magnetic form. The geometry of God keeps running through his head. That's what makes old man builds broken in the head. The old man builds. The old man builds. Spheres of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to instead. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. Fears of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. Fears of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds.